Live from 58 Dream Street, Greg and James beat 'em up. It's your favorite show on Twitch, where
Greg and
James play beat 'em ups. Not just any beat 'em up.
every beat 'em up.
And here we are, Cedric in the house.
Hey.
Ready at last for Warrior Blade. We are having weird technical issues. Rego Death.
Yeah, some weird audio issues.
Strangest thing. We can visually see it happening. That it keeps on switching temporarily, or like losing its connection temporarily. Actually, yeah, in the Bluetooth menu, it's visually different. We can see changes happening in the menu where my headphones keep not being the audio source.
Yeah.
And then Greg's headphones are just like jacked through mine with an OBS gimmick for creating a headphone monitor. And then as a result, the audio is just continually
cutting out,
temporarily stopping.
Very strange.
Very strange. Like I can hear it even now because I'm getting the little click of the nothing disconnecting.
Yes.
So I'm not sure what's up with that. Got it, my voices.
Oh, everyone's in the house tonight. Well,
our sound is definitely working.
Yeah, you can hear us.
No problem, because the microphone is not harming us. And well, actually, it's involved. If we look at the sound menu in my Windows, we've tried the obvious, like restarting everything, unplugging things.
Yeah, we had to
I
turn
eventually
that
just muted it because I was like, this must be annoying. It's just cutting out for like 2 seconds every 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
If I look at my sound menu, it just keeps temporarily toggling to make the sound output the headphone jack in my microphone that's there for having a monitor, except that there's nothing plugged into that.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be active, but it just keeps taking over as the sound. But if I look at the Bluetooth, it suggests that maybe the reason it's making that switch is because it keeps temporarily losing the connection. It might be my crummy Bluetooth headphones finally dying.
Which are literally falling apart.
Literally snapping in half. So you know what? Okay, we're going to try something.
Okay.
Maybe, assuming I can find my earbuds very quickly and they turn out to be charged. I know where they are. All right, vamp, Greg, I'm right back.
I'll be vamping tonight. Hello. So tonight we're going to play a Warriors Blade, Rastan Saga 3. We'll also be hitting up Double Dragon on the Sega Game... I believe it's the Sega Game Master System. Hold on, I'm going to reach over. Yes, the Sega Master System. James has assured me that this is a completely new version of the Double Dragon experience. So
Double Dragon. Back in the day when just, maybe the hardware is probably different enough. Programming for it's different enough. You need 2 teams.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you don't have that kind of corporate quality control or consistency. Just whatever. Pay a couple people.
Oh, if Rich was here, this would be effortless. He would just be talking about some bullshit.
Oh, whoops. Turn these back on. Not realizing I had already turned them off. Okay.
There we go.
These are off.
I'm going to pop in these dudes.
So use these earbuds.
Now, these usually connected to your phone, James?
Yes, it's going to be a whole what's it connecting to rigmarole.
Yeah, you're going to want to shut off Bluetooth on your phone.
Yep.
That's the easiest way.
All right, they're in. Bluetooth here is turned off. Now I am connected.
All right.
That's one. There's another step too.
There's many steps, people.
Galaxy Buds, they are connected. My PC has grabbed them.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Rego Dad. But?
It is doing the same thing.
It's doing the same thing for these. Okay, so this is an issue.
So it is a Windows and or hardware issue. Okay, final hope. Is there an obvious turn Bluetooth? Oh yeah, of course there's an obvious turn Bluetooth off. You can do that in the software quite easily.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to do anything.
It's a toggle.
It's probably a case where I need to find the gimmick to run the updater for the driver.
Oh yeah, and that's going to be something we'll have to do.
But
at a later date.
Well, I can go back to my...
Well, there's nothing playing right now.
Oh yeah, no, we're making the worst content imaginable. It's a black screen.
Yeah.
And we're describing things that we're seeing on a different screen that aren't
Two little
interesting.
heads, James. Two little heads. That's content.
Yeah, the logo. This is your opportunity to really kind of study the work that I did on that logo, which is not much.
Hey, it looks good.
Choosing two gimmick fonts and mashing them together.
That's some classic font.
They're well chosen. The palette's fine. It's not the greatest or the worst thing I ever did. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's just start playing and see if the audio sucks.
Let's see what happens. All right.
Because otherwise, we should be working here. Let me
Get
make
us
sure.
into Warrior Blade.
One last idea of what could go wrong here that's new. Just making sure. Yeah, okay. It's still also in OBS using my headphones as the proper audio source. So we're going to find out. I'm not hearing the click, so I guess we'll see. Okay. All right. Another thing I forgot to do is that we restarted the computer trying to fix this right before we launched, closing the vital LibreOffice spreadsheet.
Hey, there it is.
That puts our
Now that's what I call content.
There we go. Now people can see not just what we're doing today, but other things that are coming up. Today we're actually not quite bookends because it's not the first thing, but right near the top of the list we're playing Warrior Blade, Rastan Saga Episode III, Conan ripoff if you ever saw one.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the very bottom, a game that I added to the list after discovering that it is indeed a distinct game. Not at all just the same thing as the Nintendo Entertainment System or Famicom adaptation. Oh, thank you, Guided by Voices. It's a pretty good spreadsheet. It's aesthetically great. Not great, but like it's aesthetically like, you know, because of what I'm using it for. It's pretty seamlessly blended in, and it does the basic things I needed to do. But like, oh, it's such a mess inside. It's the kind of thing that like I figured out later what it should have been when I started it, and I haven't gone back to fix it. I just keep building on to the monstrosity. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like the episode of Futurama where Bender becomes God. And it turns out the moral is when you're doing it right, it'll seem like you aren't doing anything at all. Real deist message from the
It's just
writer.
like that, James.
Really like the writers of Futurama. Yeah, when you're really making a good spreadsheet, people look at it and be like, you know, it's just like you can get spreadsheets that like play Donkey Kong in them. Like,
yeah.
You hit start on the macro and now it's just full screen Donkey Kong. And that is likewise like a high quality spreadsheet. The kinds of spreadsheets where you almost forget. All you're doing is looking at a spreadsheet. Yeah, Double Dragon for the Sega Master System. It's not just a brighter color palette, which is a thing that the Sega Master System absolutely had over the Nintendo Entertainment System. I believe also better. The Nintendo Entertainment System is limited to 3 colors per sprite.
Mm-hmm.
And a relatively constrained number of like palette switches that it can use to have different palettes active at the same time. Sega Master System is definitely more colorful. Mm-hmm. And that is one of the only ways in which the Sega Master System really stands out as being better at all than the Famicom or Nintendo Entertainment System.
Let's get into that when we get into Double Dragon. For now, play the game. Let's head over to
tonight. But let's
Warrior
start.
Blade.
Well, first, if we could get a box or thing on the screen.
I'd love to, James, but I don't have my number pad.
Oh, no. You don't have the number pad. I didn't set any of this up. Warrior Blade is just not in there.
That's impossible.
Apparently it's not, because we kept switching around. Okay. Well, you know what? We're going down to here for a moment.
Truly not
so that so nobody has to look at the hideous guts of this thing. And I will just confirm quickly. 99. Master number 99 and 144. Whoops, those are zeros.
Okay, there we go.
And now, having done all this, save the day.
Oh, okay, I couldn't see them on that screen.
But I also haven't done the work
of resizing it?
Of resizing the images on the screen. And also, Greg, we're looking at the entire OBS apparatus instead of the more appealing monitor view. There we go. That's good, because this game, if nothing else, is going to have some big, beautiful graphics.
Yep.
So I'm glad that we are going to be throwing it up.
They also most certainly put the 2 characters on the flyer who are the most appealing.
Yes, there's a third door. You know,
We'll get into
if
it.
you've seen Conan the Adventurer, you can predict what the third guy is, but we'll get into it. Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna play this on the multiple arcade machine emulator. Sorry, Taito. If you're selling it and I find out, I'll buy it. I've been making game purchases lately. Got a little excess money burning a hole in my pocket. What have you been playing lately, Greg?
Lately, I've been playing not a lot, honestly.
That's actually probably a great answer, since it occurred to me I asked you a question that like invites you to speak at length, and now we're going to suddenly want to comment on a game that we just started playing.
Not ice. Oop. We're kind of off on the screen here,
It's
James.
being wacky.
It's being wacky. Probably because it's a dual screen.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. That's perfect.
Uh,
So the chat will overlap with the
Hold
game
on.
a little bit here, but that's fine.
oh, goodness, yeah. Chat's just going to have to overlap the game.
Well, we're dual screen. This
'Cause this
game,
is a
this game was a
big
dual monitor.
arcade machine. Geez, the logo is also interfering. How much smaller can we make the logo? Much smaller. Yeah, so obviously, this was not a widescreen arcade monitor. It was two TVs, two CRT monitors right next to each other. Here's Rastan. Born the child of savages, that's over. Here's Dewey. Dewey, the lame thief. He looks ripped as hell.
He looks great, but calling him Dewey is just a real big...
Well, it's like a boy named Sue.
Yeah.
The reason he's so ripped is because his parents named him Dewey and then sent him out into the Hyperborean age or whatever.
I
more
mean,
acceptable thing
not
they're
the
calling this.
Hyperborean age, which
No.
we'll get into. And here's Sophia, the
Beautiful
Red
female
Sasha.
thief of the whip. In the past, it's over. And here's Mahadi Karadi.
Way too fast, guys.
Yeah,
No
they're
child
gonna
in their right
turn
mind.
the. Come on, you're trying to attract people with these screens.
of how I became king is so long that I can't tell it in one night.
If only the whole thing had been voice acted would have slowed it down.
As long as I can, about those days filled with danger and treasures.
And this
Yeah.
is just also part of the attract screen. This is okay.
The volume's quite low in my headphones.
You've got it low.
Yeah.
Okay. Seems
Can you
fairly
guys-
low to the
can
folks
you
at
guys
home.
hear?
I'm going to turn it up a bit for the folks at home. You know what we do have going on though, other than quietness issue possibly. Tell me when it starts to become torturous,
That's good.
or when it's good. Yeah, don't wait until it's torturous. Hold off. Just let me know when it's torturous. I'm gonna pull it back until we get it at the maximum tolerable level.
All right.
Okay.
Let's get into this.
All right, I'm into this already. I'm having a great time.
Put in some coins.
We'll meet the walking fish monster again. All right, coins are in. Let's
All right.
go.
Boom.
Let's. Okay, cool. Yep, there is music. Cool drums. It's like suitable music.
Ooh.
I will, as I often do, lament that the joysticks don't seem to be working. Is that because... No, it's not. Okay. Hold on.
Fantastic. Step one is success.
We're getting there. I'm not sure how it all fell apart so badly. The joysticks seem to be there. Hold on. Okay, general input. Player one controls.
Just try tapping it on like your side, just to see if it's
Oops.
working here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Joy hat switch. But these are on X input like they're supposed to be.
What?
Okay. At least we've confirmed that it is entirely the machines rebelling against us here. Okay. We're closing the program for a moment to build anticipation
this
for
is
the next display of the fish monster. And now, let's both unplug.
Yep.
I suppose you have the option, the easier option, of just turning your button off on the USB hub.
Never gonna happen.
Here we are now. Okay. Then, I guess we just...
Plug back
I'm
in.
going to physically move the switch. I don't think that should matter, though. I'm just doing it as a superstition. And plug back in.
Okay. I wait for James to go first,
Yep,
so
I go
he's
first
player
to
one.
make sure I'm player one, so we don't got to swap them. I heard all the beepings.
The beepings and the bobbings.
Okay.
And we're back. Do we have to be in a game to look at this? Can we do game controls outside this? Okay, this is you again.
It works.
There we go. Okay. Now we're back.
Some amount of messing with the Bluetooth or something. Messed with just some. I don't know how that makes any sense. These are wired joysticks.
It doesn't, James.
Subtract
it's
your
just that kind of night.
Subtract your
Okay.
spending, and
Okay.
then here we go. Boom.
There we go.
I'll be Sophia. She's a 26-year-old female whose arm, weapon is a whip.
Yeah, and Rastan is 28. He's got a long sword. Speed, power.
If it's not the
range.
worst, then it's a different thing than what we're experiencing, which was really annoying. Like an audible click out, followed by silence, followed by like a obnoxious click back in.
Okay, I'm getting 2 controls. Is that it?
There's a magic that takes your health.
I don't seem to have it.
Your third. Oh, you probably don't have it because you're Rastan. Because your default controls definitely include a third button. We have done that work.
Yeah, I'm just doing this when I hit my third button.
Yeah.
I don't know what
So
that.
maybe that's a defensive maneuver.
Maybe.
Found some silver coins. All right. So far, I think what stands out about this the most mechanically is that it's a little slow.
Yeah, it is.
That might not be a bad thing as we go.
Here's the fishmen.
Oh, we're just smashing these Hagen.
It also makes sense for Rastan not to have.
Yeah, to not have a magic thing. The enemy designs are cool. Like, the graphics are great. They're not flashy. There's no color. Oh, what next?
Oh, I accidentally picked.
We're going to the ship. The
Yes.
harbor village of Peslo. Graphics are great, and there's a lot of enemies. A lot of different enemy types. And we'll see how much variety they provide. Yeah, great animations. Ooh, I picked up a thing, but it didn't seem to change the way my whip looks. It might be related to the split screen and rendering that many graphics for it. Although I think it could easily be a choice. Apropos, the game I've been playing lately, besides this, has been this last week. I played the Little Nightmares games for the first time. So lots of Pillsbury Dough revenants. Okay, now I gotta do. And he's cast a single spell, turning 2 enemies to stone.
Oh, I've got to run. Double tapping makes you run.
That's the other. Yeah, Rastan probably can't really move his knees that much, just from the sheer force of his thighs. Yeah, but I just have a really decrepit-looking wizard with me. Like, he looks like he's doing ratchet.
Oh, I got a new sword. Oh, well, I've got
maybe. Oh, you know what? Now that I'm back to my regular whip, I see how when I had the upgraded whip, I think it did have a little bit of a tie on the end. There's a real, there's an aesthetic minimalism to this. Like, they are doing the Marvel Conan comics basically.
Yep.
With the D&D bestiary, and they're not embellishing it in any way.
Yeah. So this is Conan. This is literally Conan in every possible way.
The cast is the Conan the Adventurer movie cast.
Yep. Red Sonja, the thief guy.
No, not even Red Sonja. Just whoever. Or is it Red Sonja in the Conan the Adventurer?
Either Red Sonja or Red Sonja is a rip on the other who's become just as popular.
No, I know. But like, Is she actually in that movie with him? I thought she was just her own movie at the same time.
That's what I'm saying. I don't
Okay.
know which is which, but one of them is red something. Ah, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
so this is a cool boss. Like, both because it looks cool and because mechanically it's interesting. Ah. Alright, good job, Rastan.
Thank you. Oh, yeah.
He wasn't coming close enough to the middle of the screen for me to get to the other side.
So the Conan rights are actually kind of interesting. Oh, Southern Kid. So basically, Conan is in the public domain in most places. So in the UK, he's fully in the public domain. In America and Canada, I think in Canada he's also fully, or at least partially. In America, he's partially.
Great song here.
Oh yeah. Oh,
It almost doesn't feel like it should play during a stage. It feels like it should play over like a somber end credits of us riding a raft, like stranded at sea or something.
Are we supposed to grab onto these? Yes.
Or like we
Jimmy.
walk into town. Aha. Is that what, are they talking to us?
Yeah, it sounded like they were speaking in
German?
German.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is all very, like, the gameplay is simple, but like a lot of the simple moveset games we've played lately that we've enjoyed, it's doing a good job of like making timing and how you approach the different enemy types matter.
Yep.
It's
Oh, you found some grass medicine.
yeah. And then, like, you know, a legitimate thing that arcade games should be trying to do to attract players is create spectacle. And this must have looked spectacular
Yeah.
in a 1992 arcade. Because it's gorgeous to look at right now.
Watch it for the holes in the floor. Oh. The wizard
Ha!
comes back.
Great. We got the wizard back. Hopefully he'll do something.
Do you know how to... Can you make him do stuff?
Huh.
Nope, your
I don't
magic
know.
button doesn't make him do stuff.
So is that just his magic meter at the bottom
Yeah.
that he just uses when he wants to? That's interesting. Hooray! Hooray! I gotta
Oh
heal
wait,
him.
I made him do something by bumping him in the butt, and he
Oh.
disappeared. Oh, he disappeared because of the boss. Oh shoot. Oh!
Whoa.
This is really good, actually.
This is great. Here's the thing. If you're going to rip off another IP utterly and without shame, pick a great IP, pick a great property, and then execute it really well.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll take a free extra Conan the Barbarian game that's really,
Yeah.
really good. Yeah. This is excellent.
Oh, I wish my
I have
vitality...
to check out the earlier Rastan games, which are, protections power up. You have defeated the giant octopus and seized the jewel, the Harinon Diamond image. Legend has it that this person has the image in his hand can something protection from the something.
So
Where
which
we
one
going,
do you do, the
Greg?
castle or the tower?
You don't want to do the palace? You've definitely ruled out the palace.
Oh, yeah. Sure, let's go to the palace.
Do the palace. Let's do the palace. Zenev, welcome. Happy Tuesday. We're having a terrific time. Oh, hey, here we go. This is not as good gameplay-wise as the scene in Gunstar Heroes where you slide down the hill while gunfighting,
Okay, I'll be Dewey.
but it's awesome for the same reason. Hey, it's Dewey. Dewey's in the house. So it's just a one life deal, huh?
Yeah, one life. One life to live.
Yeah, one life to live. Well, jeez.
You'll be Rastan soon enough.
Looks like I will.
So,
Unless I can just keep them, hold them at bay. The thing with these guys seems to be that they can't be in my whip range and get their stab off if I just keep on stabbing. This is great. This is great.
ah, shoot.
Oh no, a pit. At least it didn't kill me. You know what? Fair enough, because it affected the enemies the same way. It wasn't a cheap you lose your life thing. Hold on. If there's medicine in there, please
You
let me
get that
have
one.
it. Hooray, grass medicine. Yours was marine medicine, which seems like it would actually be a horrible thing to drink.
Certainly
Like,
salty.
it's saltwater based.
Like taffy.
Yeah. Yeah, they're really generous. This is a 1992 release. God of my voices. It's the third game in a series of which the first two games are side-scrolling action games, not beat-em-ups. But obviously, the beat-em-up is also it is itself a side-scrolling action game. You know what I mean. We talk about it here. The beat-em-up. It's the thing. Yeah, I've never seen this in the real world, and I would have been like, holy shit. I wouldn't have said that when I was a kid. I thought that God would
Punish you?
send me to hell. Or that my parents would find out and get mad at me. To varying degrees. Both those things concerned me as a kid.
Ah, shoot, I'm dead.
Yeah, getting stabbed by flying knives will do that. Okay, I've got enough vertical. Oh no. On my thing to... This is cool. It's a good boss because all he's doing is casting his spells. So it's like unique as a beat 'em up boss. We're not matching him in a fight. But it really lets us...
Got him.
That was a great death. Yeah. As long as you consecrated first.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not get much. The entrance to the mysterious palace is strongly protected by an army of evil warriors. To attack appears difficult. We use a sect passage, but that's short for secret, that is noted on the secret map, and slip into the unseen somethings of the Canal River of Dead Souls. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't get enough money because your health back is based on your non-health pickups. Your just points pickups are actually buying you future health, which is a great model.
Oh, this guy's got boomerangs. Watch out.
Oh man, you cannot tolerate a man with boomerangs to live. This other Joker over here with just an axe, whatever.
Whatever. See, Conan is mostly in the public domain. However, there is a company called Heroic Adventures, I believe, or something along those lines, who own the trademark to Conan. So if you want to publish stories that are either original stories featuring Conan, as long as they don't include elements from latter Conan stories, or if you even want to publish straight-up adaptations of the first few Conan stories, you totally can. But if you name them Conan, this company will sue you for violating their trademark.
However, there are evil warriors lying in wait for you, but it means there. We have our weapons seized by the evil warriors and are imprisoned in an underground cell. Is it a no weapons disempowered level? Man, if this was the 11th best game of the month in July of 1992, I want to see the release list. And maybe that's what we can do between Phase 2 and Phase 3 of Greg and James Beat 'em Up. Just Greg and James relive 1992 at the arcades.
Oh, we gotta go down.
Oh, down!
It's down, we're going.
Okay, so the soldiers are just canonically German.
Sure.
Oh no, I just got wailed on.
Get off the chain.
I was trying to get off it by just going down all the way, which is not the answer. You have to jump off. But then also, I shouldn't have taken my eye off the ball to begin with. Good, like, Capcom-y sounding stage here.
Oh.
No, we can't. Oh, we can't go down further. That's weird, because it totally seemed like we could get off there. Oh no, I should get off here. Also, I can do a kick. Thank you, magician. Hey! Oh man, I'm making this Sophia run last. I just got a full health goat head pickup.
Oh, shit.
Hey, there's throws. There's more of a moveset here than we've recognized.
It's hard to get a grapple.
It is not easy to get the grapple.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's the... Sophia is doing the face slaps when she has them grappled. If you don't add the direction in. And also, immediately after I land, my ground melee changes to a kick. And a kick with a follow-up stab. What a weird thing to gate a combo behind.
Come quick. Run.
Oh man, I meant to jump. There's also running.
Yeah, I told you there was running long ago.
I did not catch you when you said that. My apologies. But yeah, I got a wrist blade and a watch. Not a watch. A kick. Why did I say? Oh, because I said the word wrist. You can tell I'm all fired up. I was at a Silly String the faculty event right before we did this. Okay, he's going all in. Medusa-eyed. He's taking his stone spells to the next level. The little wizard guy is a really cool gimmick, even if I don't quite understand how he's supposed to work.
Well,
like, if he works at all.
If you kick him, he seems to do stuff. Yeah, see, look, I just gave him a little kick. And
Okay, so we just
cast
beat
his
on
spell.
him, and he'll get to work. I like these, Dalzim's wimpy younger
See,
brother.
look, yeah, I just give him a little knee in the butt.
Nice.
And he's like,
And-
okay.
Okay, and so then the way he works mechanically is just obviously he's gonna stop doing shit when he's out of magic points.
Yeah, and he disappears for bosses.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Who can say for sure? Huh.
Damn. I am losing. This Sophia run from you is legendary. I'm losing lives left and right.
Yeah, this is a game that really lets you, there's enough generous power-up pickups, but they're spaced out enough that you can reap some rewards for keeping it going. It is hard to hit this guy, huh?
Yeah, it is. Try to get his last dragon.
Zedak, there, cool.
There we go. Stage clear. Dewey and Sophia.
And I only had bronze and a silver coin, but no gold.
Deep inside the mysterious palace, you have discovered Brave Garen's necklace from Treasure Jewel Mountain. It's strange. As soon as you take the necklace in hand, your body feels light.
The necklace seems to contain some special powers. I looked ahead. I was like, I'm reading the last sentence. And I'll say
Castle
the
or
data.
tower, James?
Let's do the castle.
All right, away we
To
go.
the northwest of Depon. Every level's got its own gimmick.
Yeah.
Great way to do a 4-stage select. Yep. Same way the Bucky O'Hare Konami game on the Nintendo Entertainment System.
We should also
Thrives.
we should
4
also
cool planets that are distinct.
speak briefly about. Oops, I gave us a warning on that.
What should we speak about?
Why are we playing Rastan Saga 3, but did not play Rastan Saga?
Oh yeah, I think I have
2
mentioned
one.
it, but I'll mention it again. Just the first two are not beat 'em ups. They're just side-scrolling, jumping, platform kind of action. Probably kind of like sluggish, like not sluggish necessarily in a bad way, but you're a hulking guy. I don't think you're pulling off like crazy jumps. I'm pretty sure you're just playing as Rastan. Ooh.
Yeah,
Fair play from
you,
the game.
You don't want to jump as soon as the log appears. You kind of want.
No, it was more that I jumped from too far back. Like, because I
I mean,
didn't
that
know.
structurally is the same
Wait till
thing
I see it. Like, no, because I had read the exclamation point. I was like, wait until I see the thing. But I should have been moving towards the thing, then a horizontal jump. The Enchanted Castle of Zanenstaff.
Yeah, Conan fucking hates wizards. I don't know if you know that about Conan. Don't
Yes.
know how much you've read.
I've
Conan has
read
an
enough.
intense dislike of magic.
I have a. Oh no! Please be a. No, it's like please be a health back. Wait, maybe one of these barrels.
Nope.
Money.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Special medicine. There's a lot of different types of medicine that also the difference between them seems to be extremely small differences in the increments of heal. And they're like, it's not enough to just have. Yeah, Dewey, like, it makes sense that the third guy's a thief.
Yeah.
But why is his name Dewey?
I also. Oh wow! Look at that! Did you see that? I held that guy up against the wall and stabbed him repeatedly.
That's awesome. Can you hold them up by the neck just in general, or is it very much a...
I can hold him against the neck, but I seem to just throw them. I had him pinned against the wall.
Oh, but if you don't... Do we have to? Oh no! I saw that guy coming at me with his clumsy Elden Ring jump attack. But he still
I got a
nailed me with it.
celestial globe.
Yeah. Dark Sun definitely keeps the feeling of Oh no.
Alright.
Oh no. I took a big hit.
Ooh, you sure did.
Alright. Well, I can't screw up the platform jumping.
No! My attack canceled out my momentum somehow.
Yes!
Yeah!
Twilight medicine!
Oh my
A
god!
distinctly great kind of medicine. It's a cool name for a medicine. I like the extra touch. It'd be like, no, it's not just a yellow potion. This is the Twilight medicine. Yeah, you could say that they really took all the time they saved by coming up with an original idea
Yeah.
and put it into execution. Like, this was a shortcut, but not a shortcut to easy money. It was a shortcut to really getting to take our time, bringing the world of Rastan, of not Conan to life.
Of not Conan. Here we go.
King Radenstaff. Oh, of course he's dead. That's cool. Oh, wow. That's even cooler.
Is he saying help me?
Yes, he's saying help me. He's not attacking us. We're fighting the, like, corruption inside his corpse.
Well, Rastan's gonna be fighting the corruption inside his corpse.
Yeah, looks like I'm about to... Oh, no. Oh, no. The skeleton... There's a lot of Dark Souls style enemies in the sense of their attacks are so clumsy and easy to avoid that if you fail to avoid them, the game is going to punish you. Are we supposed to be helping him also? Can you do anything to him from over there? Oh no!
Yes, I can. Holy shit. Should have been doing this the whole time.
Alright. Yeah. Yeah, we are. We're layering in a little Lord of the Rings here. With the Theoden type decrepit king. But actually, like, oh, look at all the extra vitality I was just about to earn. Under the throne, we have discovered the jeweled holy crown of Ishulin. The sparkle of the crown, which has been locked inside by a spell, returns an ancient priest. With eyes that sparkle the same as the holy jewel, seems to give an even greater power to his spells.
Escape monsters. This time I read the last sentence. Here we go!
Even greater power to escape monsters. Are we actually gaining anything?
Don't know.
It's not clear to me. Fuck yes! And look, like, the perspective on this is cool as hell.
This is good.
This is
work.
like, it's a totally different gameplay mechanism, but the perspective is reminiscent of the Battletoads, tunnel descent, except it's widescreen, which is good.
Yeah, the widescreen is really adding a lot to this. It feels cinematic.
Yeah, it's not just.
It's because the aspect ratio.
Hey, look, kids, 2 TVs.
Yeah, the aspect ratio is different, so it
Yeah.
literally feels cinematic, like a movie.
Yeah, they're going for co-op in everything, so the text requires one player
Yeah.
to read the final sentence in their mind and retain it.
And we're having this flying level because we're presumably going to the top of the tower.
It also does not... there must be more detail in the Japanese text, because it certainly doesn't look more character efficient, which is what I would normally associate with Japanese text. Oh.
Oh, that was like a bonus stage.
Felt like I was destroying more enemies than that, but that's okay. Take the ocean medicine, Rastan.
Ocean
Marine
medicine. I think they're mostly just referring to the shade of that medicine, more so than its ingredients.
Maybe. So you don't think the Twilight medicine somehow has concentrated Twilight in it? That seems like an alchemy thing.
There you go.
There. He can do the gut punch. Was that the stab?
That was the stat.
Yeah, right, because, of course, if you punch someone with a knife in your hand, you'll stab them. Unless you're very careful.
Yeah. Oh, that
Thank
was the calling
goodness,
crystal.
we freed him from the lightning ball thing.
It was a magic. Wizard. That is also how Conan would make
Honestly,
a wizard.
this is feeling boss
Magic.
tier across the board.
This is feeling great, yeah.
This is
actually.
so much more than I expected when we came in to the completely, blatant Conan the Barbarian.
I really thought this was going to be so cheap. But
I
this
thought
is
it was
not
going to
cheap
look
at
pretty
all.
good, be kind of just slow and boring. It's actually just the right speed. It brings me back to something that I do feel is true, which is that beat-em-ups can often stand to slow down a little. Make the fighting feel a little chunkier.
This is a free hit.
Oh! I love the variety of spells he has that are all just like wipe out all the enemies. Except like there's even you get to wipe them out, but they're gonna stand there and wait for you to do it.
Oh, I did a downed enemy attack. It comes up very rarely, but I did it.
Sweet. It isn't often that the enemies get damned.
Whoa, I got magic in my sword. I picked up a thing.
Sweet. Got some gold coins.
Okay.
Well, even some easy beat 'em ups are just like
Damn,
fast.
I ran out of magic.
I think some of it might just be a lack of restraint, you know? You want all the sugar. Ooh, I'm getting called from a private number. Well, leave a message that I'll never check.
You don't know, this could be important. Wait, did I get him?
If you want me
Yeah, I got him.
it's important and I gotta answer, you gotta identify yourself to me. At the very top of the tower, you have gotten the mysterious crystal ball. It is the famous rumored moon crystal. As soon as it touches your skin, magic power flows out and your body shudders. There's no question that this crystal...
Contains great magical power.
Thank you, Greg.
No problem.
We have passed
well done.
every test. We are searching for the last treasure of Dipon. We cross to the island where the general of the evil army is waiting for us.
You got all of that.
The Temple of Gulstope. Gulsto Palace. Oh, they did leave a message.
Oh, did it?
Maybe I'll read it. I mean, listen to it.
I mean, it could be legitimate, or it could be any of the 4 to 5 major political parties in Nova Scotia saying, hey,
Yeah.
did you
but
hear?
Just identify yourself. Oh, has the election been called?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
You didn't
I got told in advance that it was going to be called by a friend who works in the government.
It was called on Sunday. Here's the thing, James.
Sunday?
It was called
On Sunday.
It was called on Sunday, and here's the thing. I was walking home from work and saw NDP signs out on people's yards, and I was like, holy shit, did the election get called? And I was talking to my mom when I happened to be walking by, and I said, did the election get called? Assuming it had been called the previous day.
Look at it. Look, I got swords now instead of just daggers because I got the weapon power.
I got the magic power. Assuming it had been called the previous day or something, and my mom was like, I don't know, I didn't hear anything. And then when I got home, I checked, and it had been called that morning. So those people were that quick with their NDP signs out on their yard.
And they say the left can't get its act together.
Yeah, the post was from like 9 hours ago.
The
Oh, here we
swords
go.
have melted back into kunai. Well, the same fate is him.
We'll be cool looking.
So yeah, we're gonna be
monsters.
badass demon dudes. Like you look tough enough before you transformed into a demon, as your first form. Because like I don't even deign to fight in my badass demon guy form. I make pronouncements.
So focused on me. There you go, there we go.
Ah, makes sense. You're Rastan. I'm Dewey. I
Yeah.
would focus on taking Rastan the Barbarian down.
Yeah.
Yes, the left exists as a political force in our country. Not a dominant political force by any means, but they exist. It's a huge distinction.
I will say, oh, here we go.
An undersea volcano suddenly erupts, and the temple starts sinking into the sea. We just barely escape the island and watch the island sink. Hey, I think this is the song from level 2 that I said seems like it should play over a
I did not
somber
find the
ocean.
last jewel of Dupont. Perhaps it was invisible when I divided up the treasures that I had read between these few people. I left Dupont behind me. I went in search of a country where I could be king.
The later part of Rastan's career.
Yeah. Warrior Blade, all step. Okay, short. Not as long as some of the games we played recently.
So whatever. Didn't overstay its welcome.
Did not overstay its welcome.
I just
Very
want
good.
to I just want to point out that they put all that work in and then they gave it to us for $1.75.
Yeah. And I could have done a lot better. I could have gotten that down to 50 cents easy on
I'd
a
be
second
willing to
playthrough.
bet that the default dip switch made no, because we're just putting coins in with a button.
Just putting coins in.
So we've not encountered any you need 50 cents for a credit games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say this. I thought the difficulty curve, obviously, I found it more difficult than James. But I thought the difficulty curve was good, although I think the boss fights were a little easy.
Boss fights were a little evil.
What?
Yes, your election days, among other things, are fixed.
Yes.
You know when it's going to be for years in advance, which obviously has some absolutely horrible side effects on
We do have a
political
limit.
media culture.
We are required to have an election so many years.
Yeah,
but we
you're not
almost
allowed to
never
just
get
be
to
like,
those
yeah,
dates.
whatever, I'm not going to call another election.
Yeah.
They planned ahead for that possibility,
Yes.
to thwart that attempted tyranny. Awesome. Hey, it was great to have you by. As always, guided by voices. And yeah, I'm glad you got to see that, because holy smokes.
That was pretty good.
Till I have become king, this story is nothing more than small happening in the chance. I'll tell you about yet another adventure of mine. But obviously he's not going to.
No. Game over.
The end. But
And there was never a Rastan Part 3.
this was Rastan Part 3.
There was never a Rastan Part 4.
Put your names in.
Oh,
They went big with everything.
They went big, yeah. I can get my...
Take 30 seconds. 30 legitimate clock seconds.
Yeah, we'll end it at Greg. There we go.
It's quite possible there was never another Rastan because how do they make any money off of this?
Yeah.
It's entirely plausible that like I could have with slightly
Look at
better
this. We
luck.
still have 5 credits left.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, of how many X times? I think the active counter of the credits we spent is probably the better metric to
I know,
go.
but I think we only put in like 10?
Well, no.
We must have put in 12.
Greg, we could do the math on this.
I
perfectly.
know,
7 plus
I
5
know.
is 12.
I know.
Algebra.
I just did the math, James. I said 12 first.
Algebra could reveal these secrets to us. But yes, awesome. I to me it feels obvious, but boss tier.
Yeah, I'd put that in boss.
Yeah, holy shit, a boss tier game
I think
where we
it's
certainly
mostly-
weren't expecting one.
I think it's mostly going to be held back by length. It feels like they put so much in that they just didn't have...
With slightly better like luck of the draw on like just how much longer I last against that one boss. I could have very plausibly done this on 1/4 on my
You could've.
first try.
Yeah, for sure.
And I am good at video games, but markedly less so when we're talking about them
Yeah.
and hanging out in a broadcast way.
Yeah.
And also not necessarily beating an arcade beating up 1/4 just on the first go.
It's
so
just a
it's
poor design
it is a
arcade
fairly
game in a way.
easy, but like whatever. I don't know. I don't hold it against them that they let me do that.
Yeah.
And like it was just fun. But yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if the game made no money because of their own design decisions, and then they hung their heads and accepted that the series was over.
But now...
They could have literally been like, oh, geez, it seems like players really aren't enjoying this. When in fact, this game was like the real sleeper hit of 1992.
Yeah.
Everybody played it. And so,
Everybody played it
and
once.
so it made like $10,000.
Yes. Alright, so let's...
Okay, let's unplug
Plug
the
in.
joysticks. We have a box to put up on screen, but we'll plug in our... I'm not sure, because while it kept telling us that we were collecting treasures that seemed to do something,
It didn't really
I couldn't
feel
tell
like they did anything.
that they... Yeah, that
And
part...
they ultimately did all the paths, so it was really just a factor of
yeah, like...
which one we did first.
Yeah, if there was... Even if it was just giving us an ability, that alone would make it seem like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Play this
if
again.
I do the one that gives me more magic first, that will make this later one easier. But it's
Yeah,
like,
or something
it's
like that.
already pretty easy.
Or alternately, if the if like going to one place gets you the breathe underwater gem, and then in the ship level there's an alternate under the water path, just extra little bits of gameplay you can get. Based...
Right.
Hey, free idea. If you're listening back in
Yeah, if you only
1992,
Rastan
Taito.
IP.
Just a little bit. No. This is how they could have really extended the life of this game
Oh,
in
okay.
1992. If they put it, I mean, a whole level's worth of development time split across the game. Probably
And
not
also,
viable.
this games are much bigger. They're much more well known by the general public. So I feel like the Conan the Barbarian lawyers would maybe be a bit more litigious than they were in 1992.
Quite possibly. I think you mashed the calculator button on the numpad a couple times, Greg.
I might have.
Yeah. No, not a
There we go.
problem. It's not feedback. Just an observation. So,
All right.
oh geez, let me move this over so it's lined up a little more.
First of all, this is the saga. This is the Sega saga.
Sega.
This is the Sega
It's
poster.
the ongoing saga of the Double Dragon, Billy and Jimmy, Bimmy and Jimmy Lee, or people call them the Double Dragons.
I like this version of Jimmy and Bimmy. I like this this art style that they've gone
It's
with.
unassuming.
Yeah.
And so like it doesn't fall into looking stupid like most Billy and Jimmy designs look. I think the best Billy and Jimmy Lee ever looked is in Super Spike V-Ball,
Yeah.
where they're not like a secret team. They're just Team 3
Oh, hey.
with the best defense. Oh, that's fun. That's fun because like Barbarian gimmick is like a
Oh yeah. It's classic.
plausible wrestler gimmick. And so you just go like, oh yeah, we got a Barbarian character.
Yeah, he's a barbarian. These guys are Vikings.
Why isn't Taito suing him for stealing their IP though? He should have to call himself like Rorgan the Barbarian. So so box art, it's got the you either like the Sega Master System white background with grid lines
Yeah.
style that is opposed even on third parties, or you don't. I don't think it's the best looking. Even just like obviously of that generation of console, maybe this isn't obvious, but at least in my opinion, it seems obvious that the Famicom box or NES boxes where they do it is a drawing, so it's like a bit better, but it's like the game engine graphics of like a scene of action from the game. Those to me are a better uniform box art style than the Sega Master System white background with grid lines for every game.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, looks cool.
Yeah.
Notable that this game was not developed by Technos Japan Corps. So, going back to back then, like you couldn't just have the port team and a small related team putting the same code on, like just retrofitting it or, fitting it to work on a different console.
I mean, we're in the console wars right now, like to a degree where it's like, it's.
Well, just the technology is a lot more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nothing has come to a head yet. Where today, I think almost every console is really just a computer in a box. It's really a computer made specifically for gaming, especially in the terms of an Xbox. That is literally.
Yeah, there's a lot of uniformity in the hardware, even where it's not perfectly uniform. So that back then, whatever, we'll farm it out to another team of like 12 guys to do this. But the notable thing is that it's Arc System Works Co. We're the developers on this.
Yeah.
And they now actually own the Technos IP. Like they're the ones who make all the modern River City games.
Yeah, it's interesting. A lot of the game companies we play on this have moved on from gaming. A lot of them have gone into pachinko, which makes a lot of sense. That's apparently also what Capcom has mostly gone into. But Arc System Works still out there and still putting out like retro-inspired games. They've gone from a company that was literally making games that are now retro to a company that makes games that have a retro feel.
Yeah. But yeah, that pachinko, the lure of pachinko.
The lure of pachinko.
There's always money in the banana stand. Where by banana stand we mean the gambling addicts.
But not gambling, James. Very important in Japan's laws. Pachinko, technically not gambling.
Yeah. Okay. So wait, No, we've never played a Sega Master System game. I'm just going to add the Sega Master System window capture to the Genesis. Maybe I'll retitle it someday. Wait, is there...
If you didn't know, in Japan, it's illegal to bet on games of chance. So most pachinko parlors, you win prizes. And conveniently, next door, there is a building that exchanges prizes for various cash and other things that you might actually want. So it's a system that is allowed to exist, and a system that video game companies
it's
really
the weirdest thing because like it's so obviously obeying the letter and not the spirit of the law that like it's not like, oh, you got us. Like there's no way that we could adjust the letter of the law to counter this. It's just too much of a gray area. But so it's just like a conscious, like, okay, fine. Gambling is technically legal. We don't want to talk about it. Okay. So we've got the Gear System emulator here.
Yeah.
Player 2, enable gamepad 2. So probably.
Shocked to find out there's gambling.
Well, hold on. No, technically, Cedric, you see, it's not gambling. We're just playing for prizes here.
Yeah.
This is just a competition. This is a fairground attraction.
Mm-hmm. And that place next
door, my cousin Louis purchases stupid stuffed animals, which he's just obsessed.
He just loves them.
So you can see my whole collection of Sega Master System ROMs for the Gear System emulator here.
Here we go.
I looked at a list of what are the best Sega Master System games. I just had hankering to play something. And there's a bunch of games that I would have predicted, like Phantasy Star. And then the Lucky Dime Caper starring Donald Duck, which I was like, some of those Disney platformers are fun. I want to check it out. It's garbage.
Oh,
fucking sucks.
That sucks.
Which I think just kind of reflects the general software quality and balance. But at some point...
Alex Kidd High Tech World?
Game sucks.
Okay.
It's okay, but like, okay. It's an Alex Kidd game where he wants to go to the arcade. That's the plot.
Yeah.
He's in his home, wants to go to the arcade. And then it's like an adventure game played inside a side scroller where you have to do favors for the different members of the family.
Sure.
But the thing is that the instant deaths in the game, which it absolutely is adventure game instant deaths, except they're not even funny. It's just like you'll pick one staircase to go down, and on the next screen it's like, oh, they forgot to finish that staircase, and Alex falls and bonks his head. And then it's just game over, period. Like, there's no check mark. You got to start the whole stupid adventure game over. So there's all these instant deaths just to pad out the game by forcing you to replay the entire game and hope you don't forget all of the instant deaths. It sucks. At some point, I got to check out these. Golden Axe Warrior, as I understand it, is a Legend of Zelda clone with the Golden Axe IP, and Axe Battler, a Legend of Golden Axe, is also a Golden Axe ripoff of Zelda, but it's a ripoff of Zelda 2.
Oh, the side scrolling Zelda?
Yeah.
Zelda 2 is the one with side scrolling, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I have perverse nostalgia for High Tech World, so I downloaded and played it and was like, right, I remember why this sucks and I've never beaten it. Shinobi is great, obviously. It's Shinobi.
Yeah, well known.
And Ys the Vanished Omens was okay. It was pretty good. It's the only Ys game I've played except for Wanderers from Ys, which is okay. But alright, so that's enough of random thoughts about Sega Master System games I've played, just because their names are displayed in front of me. Let's play Double Dragon for the Sega Master System.
Sega.
So, I'm not sure if this is a case of the Sega Master System sound card was generally worse than the Famicom sound chip, or if it's just a case of really poor adaptation. But like, that's our same Double Dragon song that we know and love. Oh, yeah, I had a feeling. I went over to check it, and they were like, "No, we're not going to loop the song."
Yeah. So this isn't Sega well known for their sound though? Oh, I mean, this is Double Dragon.
The Genesis is certainly known for that.
Yeah, but I suppose this is the Master System.
How's that? That's still just okay.
This seems to be in a
That'll
track
probably
screen.
do.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is a track screen. We're not doing this. This isn't us, people. Don't get pulled in.
All right.
So is it just we each at start for 2-player?
I think you press it, and that'll be 2-player start. Or maybe I have to press it too.
Nothing's happening when I press it.
Okay. I pressed the button.
I am just not in.
I might just not know which. Press the button.
I'm pressing
no
it,
buttons are
nothing's
working.
happening. Oh, no, I'm in.
So yeah, we have more colors in the sprites. they otherwise are working with the same... So there's obviously some sharing of assets. Possibly just because the development teams weren't working simultaneously. But these look just like more colorful versions of the the Billy sprite for NES Double Dragon.
Can you jump?
I gotta turn my headphones down even a little bit more for this. Yeah, you can with the classic pressing both buttons.
Okay. I have forgotten the control.
So, and I guess you probably never played a Sega Master System, Greg.
No, I have not.
There's only 2 buttons on the controllers, in the sense that I think the start button, if I recall correctly, was on the console, like the pause button.
Oh, I see.
And they were called buttons 1 and 2.
Okay, well,
As
I'm
opposed to
broadcasting
A
the
and B.
BBC here, I guess.
Huh. Weird.
I got a whip.
There wasn't even a Linda.
Nope.
It's foreshadowing, though. But yeah, real serious show about how...
There's a Linda.
And she comes out, she's like, "Who took my whip?" She's all pissed off now. It's definitely a lot flickerier than the NES Double Dragon runs pretty tight, and a big part of that is that they sacrificed having simultaneous 2-player to probably have better performance than they needed to. Nonetheless, at least so far, I'm not sure this one's obviously better, except that we're playing 2 players.
Yeah. It's nice to be playing 2 players on this version of the game. I just think aesthetically this is pretty good.
Oh yeah, the composition is so good that it survives the obviously inferior arrangement. But it is a good point about the work of arrangers and just the the quality of the instruments. In this case, the sound chip.
Nice. Throw that at that guy. Yeah.
Nailed him.
Oh shoot.
The
Tail doesn't break.
the palette they have for this particular version of the guy is interesting.
Well, it's a Bobo again. But we've seen a Bobo.
So this level is less exciting than level 1 in the NES Double Dragon, where you go to the inside place, you fight the boss on a conveyor belt. It's still just a Bobo. If you jump and then hit kick from a standing kick, it's a kick in the other direction. Which is great unless, your opponent is coming at you. Oh wait, is there a flying elbow in the front, or is that just how the graphics look? I can't tell.
A flying elbow in the front?
When you do a jump.
No,
Not moving, but a standing still jump. Because graphically, it certainly looks like they're doing an elbow strike, but I don't think it's actually hitting them.
Okay, I got a Bobo. And you got his friend.
Took down Roper to actually finish the fight. Weirdly enough.
Mission 2. I also like this take on Linda. She just looks like she's in an athletic suit.
Yeah.
As opposed to Dominatrix gear.
Yeah, that's Double Dragon 2. That might be Double Dragon 1 Linda too. I think like the NES Lindas are less
I missed when you lost a life.
at some point along the way, I guess.
I guess I'm doing better than I thought, if you're losing lives. Because you definitely have more experience with this version of Double Dragon than I ever was.
Oh, this version.
Well, not this version, but you know what I mean. This is very similar to the...
I suppose I will always be 2 minutes more experienced with this game than you are. But...
The NES version that this is clearly, inspired by. Well, not inspired by. They probably didn't have any idea what the other one was doing, right?
No, I think probably the NES version... Maybe it predates this? I'm not sure that they're developed simultaneously. But, this has some, real qualities. Most notably, it's got the variety edge on the NES game, because the NES game, you can only ever fight one enemy type at a time.
Oh, no.
Which I think remains true in the otherwise, absolutely tremendous Double Dragon 2.
And I'm dead.
We're getting up to 3 enemies, 2 types. It's the, it's not the console model at all. It's apparently just going to let you continue.
Okay, well, yeah. Wow, yeah. It just totally lets me continue. Wow. Okay, Saga.
Alright, so we don't have a counter on the consoles, so just keep track.
Yeah.
1 continue for Greg. As long as we do a running count every time we recite the whole...
Oh. They put Sega on the bat.
What has happened to your ability to say Sega?
I don't know. Great comic though, Saga.
Saga. Yeah, I've heard good things. I haven't read it.
It's
Ooh!
it's very good.
I don't know that I've seen friendly fire with hitting us, but you did just nail me with the box. Alright, now we've both used 1 continue. No, you did just punch me in the back of the head too.
Oh wow, I didn't know. I guess we've been pretty distant from each other this whole time.
The Bob Saget Master System. You turn the game on and it does a surprising amount of cursing to catch you off guard and make you laugh.
Goddamn.
I will say that for all that it's not the most brilliant sound. Oh, I like that Billy gets up and he's like holding his back. He's like, oh man, got the shit kicked out of me. A lot of flicker in this though.
This is notably different, like level design wise.
Different levels, same like it's clearly an adaptation of the same game,
Yeah.
facing the same guys. I like the punch combo they have.
Oops, sorry.
That's alright, that's alright. It's Dark Jimmy, or Dark Billy. Already. Is this a really short game?
I
Oh,
do
hey!
a headbutt.
There is headbutt.
Oh, it's double tapping.
Yep. Oh, sorry. Right, the whole, I played more Double Dragon 1 for consoles than you. As soon as I realized there was a headbutt, I saw you do it, and I was like, sweet! I just started headbutting instead of telling you how it happened.
Does headbutting hurt you? What?
In Double Dragon for NES, it's a devastating move because it's really hard to hit. I believe. Unfortunate lack of crouch on your downed enemy and punch him in the face.
I got him with a kick.
Hey, it's the Forest of Death.
Forest of Death.
Mission 3.
Oh, he
We'll
nailed
see
you
if we
with
go
that
into the
dynamite.
caves.
I find all 3 hits to be about equal in difficulty in hitting them. My kicks don't seem to have very much range.
No, they're definitely close kicks. They might as well be knee strikes. I think this song might be the one that suffers the most. That bass is pitiful. And it's not like the Famicom sound chip had incredible bass.
2
Except
continues for Greg.
in some Sunsoft games, which cleverly use the sampler chip that's there so that, you know, Blades of Steel. Sunsoft, for games like Journey to Silius, they used bass samples for the whole range of that sampler track, and then use that to have a real bass playing bass lines in their otherwise chiptunes. And it sounds glorious.
That's clever.
Because then that also gave them a 5th channel to work with. So Journey to Silius is an okay shooter with, like...
None of my hits. There we go.
You can do it. Yeah, I don't like the hit detection nearly as much in this game.
If you can stand in the exact same spot as your enemy, but if you do, nothing you do will connect. To be fair, neither will anything the enemy do, but that it does result in a sort of weird
We
stalemate.
have both continued twice.
See, look at this. Do you see what's happening, James?
Yeah.
Oh, the headbutt works though. Nice.
This Linda has got some serious, I don't know, she's suffering from rosacea or something.
Oh, you got
Garish palette choices for,
Yes.
for the characters, just generally. Definitely like the graphics are better in the NES one, even though there are greater limitations. They're better artistically. I do like the ropers. I like the details they did on the ropers with their extra color.
With the vest, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's always got a vest, but just like he's got a couple of colors in his face and like they fleshed out his expression a bit, I think. I think his head's a little bigger. I could be wrong.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
In the water. A Bobo. Yeah!
well done. And it's a full kill. Fair play. Thank you. Arc System Works. Oof.
Oh, enemies can't jump.
Ooh!
Oh.
Took you down.
You took me down.
I had not managed to friendly fire you yet. In fact, we were in the, like, I was believing there was no friendly fire. Turns out to just be the crummy hit detection. Yeah, the Abobos that show up in Mission 3 in the NES version are cooler because they burst through the wall of the cave. Plus, there's two of them, so it's the second time you get to fight a Bobo, and it's something new.
Yeah,
It's not.
Bobo.
You saw a Bobo as a regular enemy before he was ever a boss, and then he's just been a regular enemy since too.
Whoa! Whoa! Shit. Okay, you gotta get in here and help me.
Yeah.
Damn it!
But I was like, how am I gonna get in there without whipping, whipping Jimmy? That is a good Abobo.
This Bobo?
Yeah, those colors work. This will, I don't know if I would have gone with the hot pink hair, but otherwise it's pretty good will.
Damn it! I was facing the wrong way for the headbutt.
Ah! Should have just let you have him. Oh well.
There we go.
Bum, 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 bum. Why is it only sending one enemy at a time? We can't very practically fight one enemy as a team, which is a shortcoming.
Yes. Surely.
The weirdly stubby attacks plus the hit detection makes it really hard to pull off the classic beat 'em up move.
Get
of
on either
opposing
side.
enemy. Ooh, the drop in of okay, we're switching to the mountains. There needs to be a weird screen adjustment. That's cool. It's a fun little artifact. Hey, there's two-way scrolling. I didn't notice that. But several distinct tactical advantages are not necessarily making this a better game than NES Double Dragon. It's good though.
It's good.
So
I wouldn't rank it higher than NES Double Dragon, but it's good. What am I supposed to be doing here? Oh, okay.
Okay.
Just-
More enemies, and also maybe we're gonna need to patrol this wall until a Bobo's burst out of it in a not as impactful thing
'Cause we've
as it
seen
could have
Bobo
been if we haven't
several
already
times.
killed two Abobos in this level.
Damn it. Are you still on 2 or are you on 3 as well?
I am still on 2.
Okay, I'm on 3 and I'm almost done my 3.
I only really stepped it up on this life. Because you had 2 lives left.
Oh, he didn't burst out the wall. He's just here. Would it change if they were green Abobos? If the green Abobos burst? Oh, they don't even burst into the wall. There's just 2 of them.
I would like to see
that's a
the
shame.
okay, there. I have now continued twice. Or is it 3 times?
3
times.
3 times we're up to. Nice. No! No!
Oh no! I have continued 3 times and Greg has continued 4 times.
Said 4 times, but because of a fucking walking off the edge,
Yeah.
which is not even clear.
I would call it moderately clear. Like, I definitely have been avoiding the bottom of the screen. Ha! Crushed his brain with a rock. So what, did they not do a cool go into the caves. I mean, the cave segment sucks. These are atrocious palettes.
Oh, you don't like this lime green?
I prefer the lime green guy, even though it's like, why is Will an alien? Like, with a Bobo, he's already a freak.
Get down here. Thank you.
Weird, I did a weird backwards jump kick.
You sure did. Looked like a hoedown. I don't want to hit you with this rock.
Yeah,
so.
it definitely is sincerely, like, an assault on the eyes. Like, not just because, like, and then it looks bad, because some elements of the graphics don't look that bad. But the garishness is actually genuinely just hard on my eyes. My eyes are feeling like, oh man. Can we read a book on paper or something?
Yes. By the way, read a book on paper before you go to bed. It's just amazing for your sleep overall.
I have to do that. I mean, I've been sleeping really well. Pretty much since I got diagnosed with ADHD. Once I had my amphetamines in the daytime, and my basic strategy of counting backwards from a high number by a weird interval. Just enough that you have to think about it a bit, but not enough that you get into the challenge.
Oh yeah.
The Fibonacci sequence is not going to lull you to sleep. Because too early on, you have to start going, okay, hold on. I like tabulating. Count backwards by increments of 6 or something. Boom.
There's Green
It's morning
Abobo.
time now. And I was thinking that I thought Green Abobo would look pretty good in this. I wouldn't have kept him in the blue pants. Actually, the blue pants for Abobo have been a weak point of the design. I think because they really went for a lot of detail in his other colors. And so he has solid colored blue pants just to presumably use the color of Jimmy's hair and Billy's clothes. And
I've
it's,
always really disliked this
like shit.
particular rendition of Abobo from a design standpoint.
Really?
I don't like his giant head.
I love
I
the giant
prefer
head.
he had
I
a
just like
tiny
that he's
head.
a freak. That he's like a pumpkin head freak. Like, I don't think of him as a big guy. I think
He's
of him as a
freak.
giant freak. Like,
There you go.
something to do with the nuclear war.
Yes. Yeah, here's the thing. This is post-apocalyptic. People forget
It's
that.
like Fist of the North Star. It's just like, why are there giants? Well, I think actually the reason why there are giants in Fist of the North Star, at its core, is that the artist has depth perception problems and so has trouble with scale and perspective.
Oh,
I think I've read that. I don't know if that's true, but it seems plausible to me because often you're just like, so like, is the range of human heights in the Fist of the North Star world like people are anywhere from 5 to 25 feet tall and they don't remark on it really? At least to any greater degree than you're like, wow, that's a big guy when you see a like 6'2" guy.
well, there is a thing in One Piece.
Oh, what was I doing? That was clearly communicated that would be coming. It doesn't make it fun to suddenly have obstacle dodging in
No.
Double Dragon, but you can't say that they sprung it on, especially us. You
Yeah.
should be aware by now that the stone walls in Double Dragon are going to push us. Well,
Damn it. Oh, I don't have a continue anymore.
oh, there's limits. Uncommunicated limits. And apparently it's 3. Uh-oh. We got cocky for not really any good reason. Why would we not expect a console game? I'm glad that guy's spear disappeared.
Yeah.
Do I have to do a boss rush or do we get to see the final boss? Oh,
They
they actually
saved it for
used
here.
it. It's just the impact of dual Abobos has been spent. Is that it?
That's it. It is 3. It's
All
3
right.
continues.
Lesson learned.
Lesson learned.
Want to see if there's a level select code? I bet there's not.
We can look it up.
Yeah.
Nothing's stopping us. This is Double Dragon for the
Otherwise,
Sega
there's
Master
clearly
System.
time for us to have a second go.
Yeah.
Also, just a really weird choice to have the title song be a complete track that ends, and then it's just silence.
Okay, so these cheats all involve executing the follow basic command? Is that something that
I don't
you
know.
can do?
No, I don't know anything about that.
Okay. It does have a level select, but it requires basic commands.
Well, if you can find out what those are right now, otherwise we're doing a second run.
Let's do a second one.
All right, let's do it. Here we go.
Here we go. Begin!
Oh, dreadful news. I did discover there's a DOS port, I think, of Double Dragon. I looked at some screenshots that I don't feel like we could confidently say it's not a distinct game.
Oh,
I,
man.
looking ahead, I found that there's an Atari ST version of the Motorhead beat 'em up. And so I obtained that. I haven't tried it yet. But
I got a grapple. How did I do that?
It's kind of, you gotta beat them till they're a little stunned. Also, if you're there when they get up, you often grab it. We've both been already terribly reckless with taking hits. You've defeated him. But at what cost?
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Is this supposed to be a specific man?
I don't know. Strange face. He's got a very long nose. Such a weirdly dramatic entrance for a Linda who doesn't have a whip because her whip was already on the ground for you to pick up.
Yep. There are dropped weapons in this. I mean, this is really good.
This is pretty good.
I'm confused as to where to put it though, because it's so similar to the
Similar, well, obviously inferior. I think there's a shortcoming here.
Frick asked
For
me
one
wanting
thing,
dead or alive. But that's
Like,
the thing. There are
I might have
shortcomings.
actually just discovered the. Hold on, let's keep testing this. No, okay. At least one enemy is countered if I stand still and just keep punching. Because for a minute there, I was defeating the enemies we were up against without doing that. Without doing anything besides punching.
Okay, there we go. Yes, there are shortcomings, but I just don't know where to rank it. Like, is this still boss tier?
I do not think this is a boss tier game. Like, I think
But would you put it mid boss?
that is a question.
Yeah.
I lean against it, but I don't know if that's literally just like, is it unfair to hold the assault on the eyes thing against the game? No, but like, we could put the monitor in reading mode.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, if we were playing this on our CRT, there's nobody's.
Damn, don't
The
wanna
horrible
exchange
flicker
clothes.
is actually also
Yeah.
probably a part of the assault on the eyes effect. I think the fighting just feels less satisfying than NES Double Dragon, but maybe that's my nostalgia goggles. But like, I would have been totally
Come on.
prepared to be like, holy shit, there's just more
Yes.
Double Dragons that's slightly different and just as good. I don't have that bad of an anti-Sega bias.
I feel like the thing is too. It's the console wars. People didn't have Nintendos and Segas.
Well, there
It
was no
really, like-
console war. The Sega Master System just kind of was like a popcorn frack. Like, it was not very successful.
Fair enough. But what I mean is like, say you had the Sega Master System,
Oh, yeah,
but
like,
you
I
didn't
didn't know
have a
any-
Nintendo.
I did know a kid who had both, but it was because I think they had the Sega
Because
Master
they were
System and they were
rich.
like, this sucks. No, or maybe I'm a no. Two different families that lived in the same house at different times. One had a NES and one had
Oh, okay.
a Master System and a Genesis, but that's
That's different.
that's
That's the next generation.
yeah,
And the Genesis was an amazing system.
not as good as the SNES.
I mean, that's
Well, like,
what,
there's lots
That's
of-
what history has found, James. But at
There's
the time,
there's lots of great games on the Genesis though. And there are many that are great and exclusive. Like, I mean, the obvious example is Gunstar Heroes. Probably the greatest Genesis game for sure. At least in my mind.
damn, that guy with the baseball bat took me out. And then you took his bat.
While I've already determined that this guy has the jump kick if you just let him walk towards you and counter him. To fight Roper, you want him to come to you on the Z-axis, not the X-axis. Ah,
Oh,
Oh.
damn it. Yeah, if you're locked in with your punches and you hit the opposite direction, you do a back elbow.
Yeah. I had noticed that there was a back elbow, but hadn't figured. Good call. That's a fun option, but I don't know how much use I'm getting.
Yeah, we don't really get surrounded very often.
Like, I would trade the back elbow to kneel down on his chest, punch him in the face till he dies.
I mean, wouldn't we all?
Yeah. If I ever get in a fight as an adult, I certainly hope I manage to get one of those in. Because that's the point where it's like, okay, this guy's not going to hurt me. My biggest risk now is going to jail.
Yeah.
Oh, you punched me.
Oh, you don't want to get out punched.
Definitely not when you're almost out of health.
Well, we got through level 1 without losing. That's a continue.
Without continuing, because you've continued. Level 3. Actually, no, we didn't make it to mission 4. The level 3 is very long.
Yeah. There you go.
Fewer bosses than Double Dragon, which has Chin Daime.
I think this is supposed to be Chin. He is totally just a recolor of Bim.
It's not him in any way. Like, well, he's not doing anything.
Well, no, that's what I mean, though.
It's a replacement for him. It's
Yes.
just, like, but Dark Billy is already an enemy in Double Dragon. Well, I guess in the NES Double Dragon, the way they explain it is it's like brainwashed Jimmy.
Right?
So that's why you can't play 2-player. Alright, you can, but it's... Oh! I haven't been catching whether our health is restored at the end of levels.
Got him.
But if it is,
Well, no, now.
great. But I don't think it is.
It
is! Okay.
Oh, right. Nice.
So that really worked out for me.
You did, yeah.
And moderately worked out for you. Not as much as if we had managed to keep your life, but
Yeah. Well, I'd still be at 0.
yeah, that's true. And then I guess just like making sure we definitely don't get dynamited. I took a dynamite because I did a jump kick at a guy and he threw it. And
Yeah. He
it
nailed you with
it was incompletely executed because it blows up on you and then you finish your kick and then you go from the ground.
Well, the adrenaline.
Delayed cell,
the
yeah.
adrenaline, James.
I often find that spot hokey in wrestling. Let alone when it's dynamite in a fist fight.
Yeah. That is a spot I would like to see in wrestling if somebody blew someone up with dynamite. It would be really simple, actually. Because all you'd have to do is have them do like a power bomb on somebody and they go through the stage. You know that bit where they...
I'm sure Onita has done something similar to what you want here.
And then they
You
just
just need to be watching more FMW wrestling.
And then they just get a stick of dynamite and chuck it down there. And then there's like a big explosion and smoke that comes up from the hole.
I will say, whether you're into Japanese deathmatch wrestling or not,
Not particularly,
yeah.
but go on.
I do think that FMW, Frontier Martial Arts Wrestling, is a badass name for a wrestling promotion.
I'm well aware of it. I'm not into it, but I'm well aware of what they do. But,
This Linda is just
Damn
playing
it.
the defensive game.
it's a good game. I will
Did
say...
she despawn herself? She was just like, nah. Yeah,
Yeah, she
I
despawned.
think she's... Oof.
There's one of your continues. Damn it. I want to stay alive.
Oh, sweet. Precision attack. Save you from the baseball bat. No, there she is. She caught her breath.
She caught up.
She's ready. Okay, the move to do when you get stuck in the no man's land where no one can hit is the jump kick. The standing jump kick that turns around catches them.
Oh, you mean that? I have trouble hitting the standing jump kick. I find it easier to hit it when I'm moving for some reason.
Oh, it's way easier to hit when you're moving. I just mean when you're literally overlapping with them, you
Yeah.
get them.
Got him, okay.
I appreciate that they did the cool entrance for Will.
Yeah, where he's up on the tree?
Although, in Nest Double Dragon, they put him on these walls, so it's a little less ridiculous. Just another thing that's just executed a bit better.
Damn it! That's another continue!
I can't tell if I'm...
That was terrible.
I can't tell if I'm playing well or under-contributing because I can't tell what the rate of points gaining is relative to when I continued.
Yeah.
Because I did look and I was like, geez, Greg's got like 12,000 more points than me. Am I? But I feel like I'm always engaged with an enemy. I might be just playing very conservatively against them.
I think you are. I think you're doing... I mean, that was a terrible one. My second life was terrible. That was a terrible run. I did much better than even the first time.
It is an advantage that most console beat-em-ups have over arcade beat-em-ups that a limitation on your continues does just inherently kind of add to your engagement with the game. Even though it's obviously fallen out of vogue.
Well, I think it fell out of vogue after...
Partially because games are very long now.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. It fell out of vogue largely because the way games are made now don't really support it. And they didn't for a long time when it was still in vogue. You know what I mean? For a long time, games just didn't support it, but they were still using it. Like, Mario is the big one, where Mario would be like, I'm sorry, you ran out of continues. And it would be like, there's like
Here's
six.
the thing. Mario 3 is a really big game, but it's
Yeah.
a really big game with famous secrets that allow you to skip to whatever level you want.
Yes,
Like,
that's also true.
yeah. And then by the time Mario rolled, obviously, they'll let you save.
Yep. Oh yeah, I mean, I think both have merits, and there is still games that come out that have saves. Hell, there are still big games that have saves for no particular reason. A lot of turn-based RPGs are like, if you don't save, we're not helping you. Sorry. You could have played an action RPG if you wanted real-time savings. In this case,
Yeah.
you gotta find a book in town or something.
And resurrect.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, this game is like closing on Super Dodgeball levels of flickery.
Oh man.
Super Dodgeball is a game that's so flickery that as a kid I remember thinking, wow, it's flickering a lot.
Oh
And
shit.
like that's just
He gets me in a loop, James. He gets me in a loop, James.
oh man.
Christ
And then I came and
almighty.
got the rock.
Yeah, that's the thing. When a Bobo starts throwing you, there's no way out of it.
That's yeah, that kind of sucks.
That's poor design.
Especially because you could be playing this by yourself.
Yep.
If you're playing it by yourself, you have double the continues. You just gotta grab the other controller in time to switch. It wouldn't have been this game, but I'm positive there's a game, at least one NES game where I would do that gimmick.
Yep. That was close.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever had the pleasure, at least with a zapper. Actually, now that I say that, I can't think of any time that I've ever dual-wielded light guns. It sounds amazing. I yearn for that experience now. Obviously, we can't. Light guns aren't even possible anymore. But you can have peripherals that do other gimmicks to keep track of things.
There's nothing better than holding the light gun directly up to the screen and feeling the static of the screen touch the end of the end of the barrel.
And feel very confident that you're gonna hit the duck.
Yeah.
Yeah, Abobo's kryptonite in particular is sustained punching.
Shit, I'm helping, I'm trying.
Fortunately, I was very close to losing my second continue.
Unfortunately.
Okay, yeah, now...
Shit. Okay, I got it. Help, I saved you there. Because he would have just done that to you forever until you died.
So points are... One thing here is that, just like in Double Dragon for the NES, points are awarded based on which move you're hitting. So that might also contribute to the variabilities in our scores at times. Just like, what are you hitting with? But there's no experience system. Double Dragon NES makes you slowly unlock your moves, which doesn't really add much to the game, but...
I hate the positioning of these buttons. I'm just going to throw that out there.
How are yours set up? Oh, weird.
X and B.
Weird. Well, someday, if we ever play, if I find out there's another Sega Master System game,
Come on!
we'll figure out how to configure your controls there.
You waited way too long, guy.
Just gotta go all the way up. See? Because it's sticking out from the wall.
Yeah, I can see that, I guess. The perspective's not entirely clear, but yeah. Well, that was it for grab.
Oh no! I was like, at least maybe I'll have you with me to start fighting the Abobos, and even as my brain formed the thought, you were gone. Okay, this part I'm just gonna play it smart. There. Okay. Oh man, no, there's too much. The pattern is too stupid. Oh no! And then I forgot my one weird trick for not getting stabbed by the thing sticking out from the wall. Ha! At least I jumped like an idiot, but at least it also stabbed Will. Oh no, it can get you if you're in the wrong position. Terrible perspective. The hit detection makes no sense.
Yes.
I think this is a mid-game, because I think like...
Wow, you wouldn't even put it in mid-boss.
I think there's a midness to being like, why am I playing this? And not just
yes.
an obviously better version, like...
Yeah.
The arcade and the NES are both obviously better versions of the same thing.
Yeah. And this is distinct. Like,
and there's just like...
But you're right.
Too many little stupid things. But hey, I think I still have to continue.
I think you do. So we'll play till you're done, and then we'll wrap up for the night. But yeah, I'm gonna agree with you, because I honestly also... oh hey, he didn't do the infinity throw! Oh, these throws are doing a lot of damage there. Are these Abobos slightly redder than regular Abobo, or is that just a trick of the brick wall?
No, these are a different palette for Abobo.
Yeah, I thought so.
Definitely.
Holy Toledo. They're doing damage to you.
Yeah, the thing is, it's tough to not take hits from these Abobos.
You didn't have another continue.
Oh, you know what? I don't think it's a countdown of 3 continues. I think you get no continues on the last stage.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
But it's also sucky, because...
Because I came into the last stage with like 0 lives already?
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
Give me 1 continue on the last stage.
It's like, it's got its charms, and like, frankly, I love Double Dragon enough that like, I'm even kind of excited to check out the DOS version.
Yeah.
Just to see what it might have.
I'm excited to see the version that runs in Excel. But...
Yeah. That would be a really good spreadsheet. But, hey, it is what it is. Want to take the box off the screen? And let's update our games to play, and we'll figure out where we're going from here. But yeah, a little dip back to 1989, which I do believe post-dates Double Dragon Famicom. Wait, that says 1988 for one thing. Read from the large screen.
Not the little one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also, we don't need to think about these things. We have all of this data.
Yep.
That's the whole appeal of the spreadsheet. Double Dragon, 1988. So yeah, probably there was some concurrent work, and that would explain why they're farming it out. Better choice than when they farmed the whole series out to East Technology Corps.
Yeah, for the Rosetta Stone.
But yeah, okay. So now I'll add them later. Like I said, it's a mess inside, so it takes a while to get things onto the played screen. It's easy to delete them from the to be played.
So what are we hitting up next, James?
Well, let's figure that out in a moment. I do just want to take a look and say, holy smokes, Greg. There's only 41 games left on this list.
Amazing.
Which is a lot of games. And at the same time.
But we will finish in 2025 is what you're saying.
Yeah, like barring unforeseen disaster. Nothing can stop us. And yeah, so I think it makes sense to keep putting off Beat 'em Up on the Go for now.
For now, sure.
And so, if we want to stick in 1992, we can
have a SNES night.
We can bring up the Switch to get started with Jalico's
Brawl Brothers and
famously
Rival Turf.
all right, or possibly not even that, trilogy of beat 'em ups that are definitely all less cool than their apparent spiritual predecessor, which was 64th Street: A Detective Story. A beat 'em up we quite enjoyed.
Well, most of the beat 'em ups we played, James, are all right because we mostly are going from left to right. It's very rare to have ones that go back.
You haven't watched Arrested Development, but there's a minor
I know
character.
all about him.
Yeah, the doctor. I'm afraid he's gonna be all right. Right? Yeah, he's gonna be all right. Wow.
Family Guy just straight up stole that chick for their doctor character.
Yeah, not surprised to hear that. But you know what? The other thing, though, I don't want to commit to it yet in case I don't get it working. I do feel like it's almost certainly literally the same game on Amiga and Atari ST. Those are very, very comparable computers. Like maybe some palette differences, but I'm thinking those are the same game. So we can feel safe. So if I get the Atari ST one working and this Executioner's works, we could do that.
Yeah.
But, you know what?
Let's have a SNES night.
Let's dive.
Switch out.
Let's dive into pure mediocrity.
The popular reviews.
Or perhaps we find out that playing two players kind of unlocks a joy in the games that wasn't there before. Or maybe we've become such connoisseurs of the beat-up genre that we can find the joy in these games. I think we're going to be like, well, this is all right.
Couple of mids, nothing wrong with a couple of mids.
Hey, yeah.
That's the alternative title of this show.
Some people
just
consider,
a couple of mids.
Some people consider mids loud. They get straight racked off. A couple hits of that booty shit. Yeah, so here we are.
Here we are.
Looking on to the future. So we're crossing that 40. We're in the last 40. We're at the point where Phase 2 has shrunk to be smaller than Phase 1 was. And significantly smaller because there were multiple RPGs.
Yes.
Well, 2, but 3. 3 RPG beat-em-ups in the notable Phase 1.
Would it surprise you if any of these that are remaining have RPG elements in them?
Let's take a look.
I mean, there's many of these that you don't know. Like, there's many of these that you've just...
It would shock me if Dungeons & Dragons Towers of Doom, a game which I've played and can confirm has arcade-like beat-em-up RPG elements, like in the sense of your stats will go up at intervals.
Right.
I think there might be some path choosing in that game.
D&D. Your stats go up at intervals.
We can play that game not properly, but in an official emulator if I can find my Wii U, which I assume I can.
It's somewhere.
Because I have that. I'm not sure if I have it for Wii U or Wii, which it was on, but my Wii is emulated inside of my Wii U. Which, well, nowadays we would consider it unacceptable if you get a new console and then you had to do a fancy data transfer process instead of we're all hoping the Switch 2 will just have an account that just says, okay, you have all the games that you had on your other thing. What it did have, when you finally set up the process and like cabled your Wii to your Wii U for the transfer, was they had programmed a whole animation of Pikmin loading the data from your Wii into a spaceship and then blasting off and then landing in your Wii U and then unpacking the data.
Yep.
It was very, very Nintendo to both
so Nintendo
have such a clunky process, but have just put that little touch of whimsy in that just makes it feel special. Great times, great memories, transferring that data. And again, like seriously, how often do you have any memory at all of the time you transfer your data from one thing to another? Unless just it was really frustrating and it sucked. I am, when we get to 1993, looking forward to Konami's Violent Storm, which seems like they really boiled down, like just, what is the beat 'em up? It's a violent storm. There's a whole bunch of people and you punch them. If you did it in real life, there would just be like a faint mist of blood in the air.
It's very He-Man. It's in the way that He-Man like just quizzed a bunch of young boys to be like, what words do you enjoy?
Yeah.
They're like, well, they like power. They like having power. That really gets them going. So he has the power.
But
He-Man.
Like, I think there's a lot to be excited about looking ahead to 1993. We got all the big developers doing things. We have Technos making a game that isn't Kunio or Double Dragon.
And we got a lot of arcade games.
We got a couple of Konamis that
year.
aren't adaptations as far as I can tell. I'm intrigued to see what Data East's Night Slasher is going to be a horror beat 'em up. Ninja Baseball Batman, I feel like, almost explains itself and at the same time raises many questions.
There's a horror beat 'em up in the UFO 50 collection, I know. I think it's called like Fists of the Dead or something. It's zombie apocalypse.
Horror. I was like, what did Greg say that I heard as horror beat 'em up?
That's just my speech impediment, James.
No, it's not.
Horror.
It's a normal way of saying the word horror when you're speaking quickly. That's not even a speech impediment.
Okay.
Zero Team USA. What does that mean? I don't know.
It reminds me of Zero Team 60, but also Team USA like
Knuckle
Olympics.
Bash sounds generic.
Would you enjoy a game where you're at the Olympics and you have to physically fight all the other Olympics teams?
Beat 'em up?
Yeah.
I'll play an Olympics beat 'em up.
I'd play that.
I assume the idea is that whatever mascot that year has to beat their way up through the Olympic Village to save the Olympics somehow. And then you'd have little mini games that were like, you've stumbled into the dash, mash the button. Then probably a timing based one for the dive. I don't know. There's legs on this. You could do something with this. I don't see why they would give you the Olympics license for this. But otherwise,
they don't have to give you the Olympics license. It's just Team USA. It could be the World Championship.
Just put H/T to Greg and James in your credits, and I don't even need compensation.
I do.
You can make the Olympic team. I'm sorry, Greg has not relinquished any rights. I can't speak for Greg. This Edge is going to be a tough one to get running on the PC-98.
Ooh, yeah.
We have a Sega CD. Fortunately, I have put in the work to get a Sega CD emulator working so I could play Popful Mail for like 1 hour and then forget to save even once and then get killed and be like, well, that sucks.
Well, that's done.
Yeah, maybe in like a year. I'll try to see.
Was it? No, it couldn't have been Sega CD. What was the system that had the janky Legend of Zelda games? It was something CD, wasn't it?
That's the CDI, the Philips CDI.
CDI, yes.
There were lots of players that tried to come into the video game space. I remember being shocked the first time I got a GamePro magazine as a kid and finding out, like, okay, there's the Neo Geo, and there's a handheld called the Jaguar, and there's the Philips CDI, and there's a thing called the 3DO. And none of their games seem to ever be good.
Nope.
And I've never heard anyone say the name in real life. And it turned out that was all very accurate.
Yeah, that was...
GamePro really, really quickly gave me the gist of a lot of the also-rans of the 90s. We're going to have to look into this. Okay, the two Sailor Moon beat-em-ups.
Yes.
In the same year, and with almost the same title, except one has R, allegedly have different development teams. I'm going to have to research that. Because I remember long ago... being enough into anime that me and my buddy tried every Sailor Moon game there was for the Super Famicom, And I'm inclined to say these are quite possibly, we're not going to count these as separate games, even though they have slight differences. It's kind of like the Final Fight guy of Bisoujo Senshi Sailor Moon, Pretty Soldier Sailor Moon. I don't know. I could be these are I'm reconstructing memories of decades ago of things that aren't really that memorable. Is Legend an adaptation of the movie?
The one with Tim Curry?
Yeah, like
where
Val
he's
Kilmer.
the devil? Well.
No, wait. Val Kilmer's in a movie called Willow.
Yes.
That's a totally different thing.
That's a completely
So I don't know what I'm thinking of with Legend. Maybe a Tim Curry movie where he's the devil that I don't remember.
You'll recognize the image of Tim Curry as the devil because it's very iconic.
I can't remember if there's a second character in Cliffhanger that it would make sense to have them fighting. That's a very strange license to me to get for a beat 'em up. Not because it doesn't make sense to have a Sylvester Stallone action movie character beating people up, but because the cool parts in Cliffhanger involve hanging from like cliff climbing.
Yeah, Tom Cruise was also in Legend. He played the hero.
Oh yes, I've heard of but not seen that, and know basically nothing about it. Okay, a lot of games I got to look into to make sure that their predecessors weren't beat 'em ups. This Cosmic Please Galavan 2, Sengoku 2. I guess there's 2, but I got to do that at some point. We got time. But next week we cross the 40 threshold, and then I will try to put off looking into things that we have to add to the list, so we can keep it under 40. and we'll go from there. So check it out. Come Friday, we'll be playing Frosthaven with our dear buddy Rich, and not my dear lady Danielle, because as Rigo Death kindly pointed out, this is a movement and card management challenging boss fight. We're gonna bring Danielle back on a kill all enemies scenario.
Nope. James is opening Red Dead Redemption. No, sorry, that's just an ad. He could buy it.
Steam
by
accidentally hitting buttons on the gamepad.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Yeah,
the computer thought we wanted to play a game.
Yeah, but like, come on, don't you know that I use GOG Galaxy way more? Yeah, on Saturday we're starting Star Control 3 over because I hit a failure state, and also there are too many essential game systems that I was only figuring out fairly late, like 100 days into there is a timer on this game plot. I was like, oh, okay, that's how colony management works. And it was only after I got the failure state and shut down for the day that I learned, oh, that's how you get the important items in the game. An entire system of setting up dig sites that I had not researched. So we're starting over, gonna hit the ground running, and here's my goal. Star Control 3, Star Control 2, I mean, it took me 3 whole tries to beat that. Blind. I'm gonna try to do Star Control 3 in 2. We'll see how it goes. It's a pretty cool game. It's no Star Control 2, but it is. It's not a horrible offense against Star Control 2, at least so far. We'll see if there's something in store for me to make me have those negative feelings that a lot of gamers have. On Sunday, not starting over, continuing to desperately try to get back to the mainland in Ultima 7, Part 2 Serpent Isle. Greg, I mentioned to you how you get there and then the captain will not get off his ship.
Yes,
and you do his
you
whole
have to do a
teleport
bunch of
quest.
stuff. And
then when you have the teleport power, you don't have any teleport access to the mainland, and you have to go back to the captain, and then he's like, oh yeah, there's a tunnel. Well, wouldn't you believe that I went and I talked to the person he told me to talk to get the key to the tunnel, and she said, well, it's really hot in there, so until you get cold magic that will make you survive, I'm not sending you there. So then I went to Frigidazi, the ice fire mage, to learn her cold spell, but she insisted that I sleep with her before we do that, and so I did. And then her lover, the mage lord Filbercio, caught me, put me on a show trial. They sentenced me to the Mountains of Freedom, and I spent the whole session getting out of the dungeon, the ironically named Mountains of Freedom. And now I've clawed my way back, and I guess Frigidazi now is going to teach me the spell.
Oh, she didn't teach you before.
No, we were caught in flagrante.
Okay.
Yeah. It was very goofy. She did like cast a spell to steal all my clothes, and she also stripped herself naked. Just Alto sprites. It wasn't that
I was going to ask how this was depicted.
It was like, all right.
Yeah.
It happened in engine. It wasn't just described in text.
Sure.
But like, I would have devoted the extra animation assets to some other set piece because this didn't really it didn't hit any note that it couldn't have just by having the lights go and telling us that it happened. Like, it wasn't titillating, it wasn't funny. It was just kind of embarrassing. More like not the secondhand embarrassment of being like, this was what a bunch of 30-year-old men were so excited by their freedom in 1993 they could do anything.
This is what they chose to depict, to put hours into.
Not even cool smutty stuff. Just really lame dorky smut.
Like, somebody stayed up late for that, James. Somebody burnt the midnight oil. They didn't get overtime pay. They chose.
Or Richard Gere was like, I will approve overtime pay for this. This is important.
Yes.
Which just increases the secondhand embarrassment. But Sermon, pretty cool game. We'll play more of it. Maybe we'll actually get to go back to the mainland. Probably not. But maybe. Who knows?
The game's
At
called
some
Serpent
point.
Isle, James.
But the Serpent Isle is the mainland. We're on an offshoot, smaller island. Right?
Oh, no!
Yeah. All right. Take us home, Greg.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for sticking around to the end. Please follow us down below or subscribe. James is offering 30 days of conditional love.
Conditional only on your continuing to subscribe.
Mm-hmm. And remember, until next time, violence is never the answer, except in video games. Bye-bye.
Until next time.